Today, the church celebrates the feast of Pope St. Gregory the Great. Not every saint is given the title, the Great. So, what precisely makes Pope St. Gregory great? Well, perhaps it's because he was Pope. But not so much. There are many, many popes who have not had the surname or the title, the Great. Perhaps it was because in his desire to create unity between warring factions in the temporal states at the time, he preferred reconciliation and friendship and patronage over military insurrections and battles, preferring peace over violence. That might contribute to it, but there's probably more and a greater reason, I think. Perhaps it's because of the significant number of sermons and homilies and theological writings that he contributed to the Catholic Church's rich treasury of theology. But there's another reason, I think. Perhaps it's because he is one of the four great Latin fathers of the Latin Church in the West. And that is decidedly true. But not all of them has the title the Great. Perhaps it was because he was a monk, and recognizing the great desire for spiritual transformation over temporal transformation may very well have contributed to his receiving that title, the Great. But I think, my dear friends in Christ, likely what has given him that title certainly is the combination of all, but most especially this. He preferred humility over self, humbleness over self-exaltation. He knew full well what Jesus taught. Whoever wants to be first in the kingdom of heaven must become the servant of all. And so, Pope St. Gregory the Great is the first pope to use the title servant of the servants of God. He put himself last, and as Jesus himself prophesied and fulfilled, Pope Gregory became a saint and was given the title the Great. My friends in Christ, it doesn't matter if you and I are given the title the Great. Frankly, I'd rather let somebody else have that title. What matters is that you and I love greatly. That's what matters. It doesn't matter if history remembers us. What matters is if we remember to love as Jesus himself commands us to. So, saints in the making, love greatly, and therefore God will make your love lasting and lastingly great. All because, my dear friends in Christ, through his grace, you and I made space for grace.